go. Hey, everything on 3. Number 3. Wait on 1. Oh, wait on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, next up. Eyes on 3. Everything on 3. 1. Everything.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast. Ho, 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 it's your boy, Santa Chazz. And with me to my left, as always, we've got the man who is not playing fantasy football this week, sadly.
That's not true.
What do you mean that's not true? You're in the consolation bracket.
Yeah, exactly.
And joining us right on time as always.
Pickles on my pickles.
Got Pickles here. And over here to my right, we got the no nickname, no nonsense.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Adam Van Houten, what's up,
guys?
homie?
What's going on, man? Good to be back.
Are you playing any games this week?
I was.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
I was.
We say was because we're recording on a Monday night here,
Yeah,
so we're
I
watching.
was.
We got the game on. So first things first, y'all. We've got ourselves a little treat. This is what is it? Southern Tier.
Southern Tier Brewing Frosted Sugar Cookie. It's a limited edition for the holidays. Christmas brew.
And I'm not a big beer guy. Jay's not a big beer guy. I don't know. About
I'm a huge beer guy.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas,
Cheers,
fellas.
guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Way better than I thought.
And it tastes just like a frosted sugar cookie.
Like way better than I thought.
Yeah.
Jay's not a fan.
Well, he's not a big beer guy, and I'm not a big beer guy. But like, I didn't know what I was like expecting one of those where it's like, oh.
Southern Tier, we're looking for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
If you want to hit us up, it'll be great.
What do you think, Jay? What do you think?
I like it's delicious.
I think it's
See
really
that?
good.
So, one more time. This is for all the homies at home.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
Merry
guys.
Christmas to you guys. This one's for
Christmas,
you.
everybody.
Oh, this is good.
Merry Christmas to you guys listening at home. We appreciate you tuning in every week.
By the way, this is for a 4-pack was like $16.
Well, it's limited edition.
Yeah. So, well, thank you everybody for joining us for the Fantasy Football Bros podcast.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll see you guys after Christmas.
Well, this might be one of our last 2 weeks of doing football related stuff. We'll still talk about football, but we got to get into some
fantasy wise, anyway. We're
fantasy
getting
stuff.
into the end of the season here for the fantasy.
little
playoff.
gambling in the playoffs we can still
Right.
do and stuff.
Absolutely.
But, and then we'll get into some more pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jangles over there. But I got another thing, guys.
Uh-oh. Santa Chazz.
Santa Chazz here. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, more. Oh, yeah. Oh, for the winter months. Yes. Beautiful. Look at I even wore my Fantasy Football Bros hat. I've been stretching the shit out of this
looks
thing.
looser. This one you won't have a problem with.
No,
The reason I don't have mine is because I've been wearing it, but it's in my car.
That's a good place for
And
it.
I'm not going out for it. So, nice little poof hat, right?
Red and black.
Nice little red and black poof hat. It matches our logo. I'm a big fan of the poof hat.
I'm a huge fan of beanies,
Yes.
especially in the cold winter months.
Yes.
I wear these all day at work because my office doesn't have heat. It's great.
Well, mine either because it's a kitchen and kitchen's always
Oh.
cold.
Yeah, Jay, looking good, man.
You
Hey.
too.
Thanks. Mine's in the car, but thank you guys. So I don't.
Thank you, Chaz.
I have
Appreciate
nothing
you,
to
man.
say.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Santa
man.
Chazz.
Santa
Christmas.
Chazz. We just had a Matt Gay field goal.
It's now 10-6.
It's now 10-6. We got Barn Burner on Monday night here.
Love it. Shocker.
Is this our residuals right here? The hats. Yeah.
Yeah, because all the money came in. Well, we took that week off because of burnout, but now we're back.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I meant to say
This is how me and Adam get paid. Hats.
That's right.
Hats.
We get merch. I'm okay with it. We get hats
Quarterly
and-
merch.
Hats and beer.
you've got hats
Merch.
so far.
We got hats,
2 hats,
shirts,
a T-shirt,
Yeah, t-shirt.
beer,
business cards.
business cards,
Yes,
a beer.
business
We have business cards.
That stuff ain't free, yo.
I'm okay with it. I'm here for it.
Well, boys, we got a lot to talk about. So,
How about them Bills, baby? Let's go.
What a game.
what a game! And we were expecting like we were going to be walking in a winter wonderland, and we really weren't until the last 10
Yeah,
minutes.
the weather was a non-factor. The whole game.
Well,
they said that shit was going to start at like 7.
Well, let's talk to our on-field reporter about that.
Probably like an hour or two before the game, Patrick Hammer tweeted out that we weren't going to see lake effect for the beginning of the game like they originally thought. So,
And then they thought 9 o'clock, and it didn't happen until
Yeah.
like 11.
yeah,
Like the last 8 minutes of the
true.
fourth quarter.
Yeah.
it was meant to
Probably.
be.
Well, as soon as it started snowing, Josh turned into an animal.
Right.
Well,
It was
we
weird.
had the snow. We had the snow,
like
and
the
Josh Allen
snow
got rocked
just-
out of bounds, and it was just like it was all meant to be. It's everything started clicking.
Well, you're right. Once the snow hit, he was going, he was moving, and then the hit happened, and then it was game over.
Yeah.
It was like, later, bitches.
Yeah.
So, like, what did you think, Jay, being in the stadium, because me and Adam weren't there, about that 2-point call? Because the TV-wise, or the conversion that they came back and said it was actually good. TV-wise, they showed it. They said it was not good. They cut to commercial. They come back on the TV right away. The ref's like, it's good. And people are probably just like, huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you experienced? Like with the... Because when that 2-point conversion try came, they said it's no good, and they cut to commercial. When commercial came back, they just said it was good after review. So we didn't even know it was in review.
Yeah, we had no idea. It was weird. Watching at home, it was exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
He didn't make it. That's okay. A lot of time left. We're going to drive down.
'Cause,
we'll stop them on defense. We'll drive down. We'll score.
Yeah, because what I'm saying...
Then they come back after the break, and it was like, after reviewing the play, we were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
we didn't even know it was under review, so it's like I'm sitting there talking to myself like, well, we might as well go for 2 because what's the difference between being down 2 and being down 1?
Right.
Yeah.
That was my thought process.
Smart
I'm like,
play. And then it worked.
Yeah, great play call.
Do we still hate Ken Dorsey? I do.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Still
Not
hate
really.
I don't know. I don't know.
Not
I don't
really.
know if hate is the right word.
I know.
I mean, it's his
I
first
think it's
year.
more-
I
I
don't
think
think you
it's
can really
more
go
of-
with hate for his first year.
I'm not giving Ken Dorsey any credit for calling plays and Josh just saying, fuck it, I'm running the ball 70 yards.
True.
Like, I'm
That
not giving
run
him any
was
credit for
incredible,
that.
by the way.
And I'm not giving him Ken Dorsey any credit for... It was an incomplete pass anyway, but it was a pass where I think he hit Davis or something. But, like, at that point, Davis is going to catch it. Oh, maybe it was Diggs. He's going to catch it and drag his feet out of bounds. And... also, Isaiah McKenzie's right in the same area. Like, what kind of play call is that where you're throwing 2 receivers in the same fucking area?
yeah.
Like, just terrible play call. Now, that's not every play call, but, like, he's just making these silly, like, play calls that I don't like. Like, it ended up working, but, like, it's we didn't run the ball again. And I mean, it worked. The win's a win. James Cook again looked great.
Yeah, he looked really good,
looked
especially in the
phenomenal.
passing game.
And then, like,
We said it was going to happen. It seems every week it's getting
Yeah.
slightly closer and closer to him being the guy.
well, one of my things that I want to throw out, not an official victory lap on, but something I'm going to give props to Leslie Frazier, which I don't normally do. You guys don't know.
Holy shit.
But his lack,
Turning over a new leaf?
no, because listen, his lack of changes at halftime, his lack of adjustments was brilliant. It was smart. We were getting gashed on the run the whole game in the first half, and he didn't fucking do anything about it. And he just said, you know what? Raheem Mostert's not going to fucking beat us. Let Raheem Mostert do his thing. We're going to stop fucking these receivers. And he stuck
kinda
with
did
it
for
the
the
whole
most part.
game. And Raheem Mostert had like 4 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, first half difference.
Is that was to me? I don't know if that was Leslie Frazier or Mike McDaniel just not running the ball.
Well, we got to a lead, we got ahead, and then he was kind of abandoning it, and it was just like turning into like a...
So Tyreek Hill only had what?
Uh-oh, Aaron Jones. Okay, nothing big.
That's fine as long as now they can take him out and let A.J. Dillon run the rest.
Well,
of the way.
Tyreek Hill did have a
but
big
he
touchdown.
had what? Yeah, but he was held to what? 60 yards.
But I got to call it like I see it, as per usual. Tyreek Hill burns the fuck out of Trey White.
Sure.
I mean, it is
Well,
what it is. I mean, there's no argument.
This is not the same Trey White.
No, he looks a lot slower with that injury.
But he's still coming back.
I don't know if you guys watched the presser, but he's not right.
I did not watch the press.
No, I didn't watch it.
He is.
So
He's just. There's something off about him.
So, I mean, he's still recovering. I'm sure he's still in pain. I mean, it's not...
Well, yeah, but supposedly, like the whole thing of with him not coming back when he was ready it's like a mental thing, and I don't know.
Well-
he's just not like he's not the same Trey White.
Well, and he
Like,
actually played a
personally,
good game. He did
he
play
did
a
play.
good game.
He played
against him.
phenomenal.
But as per usual, once a game against Tyreek Hill, he gets burnt. So a healthy Trey White gets burnt.
You know what, though?
A reposed injury Trey White gets burnt. I mean, it's just normal.
But so do a lot of other cornerbacks
true.
in the league against Tyreek Hill as well.
it's
So
true.
I don't fault Trey White too much on that aspect of it because he does that to everybody.
He
He did it in Kansas City. He's doing it again in Miami, and it's just.
Waddle.
Yes, you can hold him to under 100 yards, which is a win,
Yeah.
and he just he's
Well,
gonna
Waddle
get loose.
had a
And
bomb.
Waddle had a
fucking
He
bomb.
did. He had a nice one.
And I don't even know who to blame that on.
DeMar Hamlin.
I mean, it was just because it was so over the middle. There was some kind of like miscommunication.
Yeah, there
like,
had to be.
You know, it was just someone
On
got
that
lost
one, I don't know if
somewhere.
you guys noticed Tremaine Edmonds kind of trying to say, "Hey, you guys, back up."
Yeah. He was trying because he's probably saw like the way they were set up.
Right.
It was gonna be that deep crossing route, but
Right.
it was good to see. It was good to see everybody play well. Everybody did play well. I mean, I
agree.
I know I dunked on Trey a little bit, but I mean, he still played well.
True.
To hold him for that, he
Yeah.
got burnt. I mean, and then the big play, the two big plays. It's that random thing where it's like one guy's in that hole. You know, you can't lose a game because of a big play. Well, we lost it. We didn't lose, but there was two big plays.
There was.
So that was scary.
Yeah, the Waddle play was huge.
Like, and so was the Raheem Mostert run. Like, that was huge.
Did Mostert score a touchdown? He did, didn't he?
on that big run.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Who's one of my running backs in the Fantasy Football Bros podcast league.
Yeah.
But he was not. I didn't start him this week because I was on the bye. We didn't give anybody that playoff update. So Jay unfortunately missed the playoffs in the league.
I'm in the loser playoffs, okay?
Adam and I made the playoffs. I'm on the bye.
I am a loser this week.
And Adam lost to the New Orleans Saints after all the
Yeah.
times we gave Joe fucking.
I mean, let's.
Well, Joe has the call of the year right now of picking up McKinnon.
Jerick McKinnon, I know. Dude, I mean, I didn't hit any of. I hit one projection.
Well, you have that
And
great
that was
trio.
Patrick Mahomes.
How'd your trio of fantastic running backs do for you?
Terrible.
That's the problem. Then
Exactly.
who's your trio of fantastic running
I
backs?
have Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor goes out 3 plays into the fucking game. Gone. 2 points. See you later. Eckler, I mean, he scored a touchdown, but it wasn't until after he came back from his shoulder injury that he suffered. And then Josh Jacobs was human for a week.
Human. He still had 130 yards or something.
Right, but no scores,
Right.
which is usually what boosts his totals up.
For sure.
And hardly anything in the passing game. I don't think they even threw to him. Maybe once.
And then for me, I'm sitting
But-
on the bye, but my starting lineup on the bye would have scored 156. So my team's still rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm undefeated in the postseason, bro.
There you go, Jay.
I'm 2-0.
And you're still going to get some kind of money. I don't even remember what the payouts were, but
don't know.
well, maybe not if we don't get money from everybody.
Everybody else.
Everybody still has to pay.
Everybody
except-
will.
Well,
Chad.
in one league, everyone has to pay.
Well, in the Fantasy Football Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chad and his dad are the only people that pay. Oh, and Zach Sabato paid. So that's it. So that's not everybody else. That's us three, our 3 brothers, and then a couple of guys. So we'll be all right. We got this.
It does.
And then in the main league, Jay missed the playoffs, and I'm battling right now, and we'll see what happens. But it's not looking good for me right now.
I'm fighting in my other league too, though. I made it. I won one league. I was in the playoff in 3 out of 5 leagues. So in 2 out of 3, one of them I already made it. One I'm watching Aaron Jones very closely to make sure that he doesn't go over 28 points. Is what I was up by. So we'll see.
We will see, but sorry, I keep looking over here. So you know what? I just want to get right into. Here we go, guys.
Oh, man.
What?
I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
And I'm getting right into this.
Quartile.
I don't know how to make sausage. I don't know what goes into sausage.
Your opinion really doesn't matter.
Well, let's talk about Mr. Jeff Saturday and Mr. Jim Irsay and Mr. Matt Ryan and those Indianapolis Colts. What happened?
A monumental collapse.
What happened?
Absolute dumpster fire of a second half.
Was
And fourth quarter, really.
So that's the thing. So I'm not watching the game. I'm working, and so those games are only on NFL Network, which I don't have at work. So whatever. I'm like, and I actually don't have anybody on those teams playing me or against me or anything. So I didn't really care. You know what I mean? So I checked the score. And I remember looking like, wow, it's fucking 33-0. Holy shit.
Yep.
And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, huh? Like, what's it? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Mind-boggling, isn't it?
It's just, I don't know. Apparently, Kirk Cousins just shifted gears and was like, let me just throw to Justin Jefferson. And Thielen scored a touchdown. Hawkinson scored a touchdown. Dalvin Cook scored 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think so.
And it's just, Indy didn't score. The one more field goal. 39-36.
So do we blame that all on Matt Ryan? Obviously, no, I don't think so.
No,
because he doesn't play defense.
No, I think what happened there was maybe they got we're up 33. Let's dial it back a little bit, make the safe plays, this and that, blah blah blah, and it just backfired, and they just couldn't stop Minnesota after that.
Well, they also lost JT, but they scored 33 points without JT.
Yes, he went down in first drive of the game.
Did you watch the game? Did you watch that game?
No, I see highlights.
I didn't either, but it's so shocking to me. So it's like we're looking at highlights here. Like Bills fans are probably sad now that the Bills don't have the greatest comeback of all time now, because that was the greatest comeback of all time. 33 points. It was 32 by the Bills.
Yeah.
Bills against Houston. So we have the greatest postseason of all time. And now Matt Ryan is a part of the greatest regular season collapse and the greatest Super Bowl collapse of all time.
Wow, I just realized that.
Yeah, sad, isn't it?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wild.
28
That
to
is
3.
crazy.
28-3. And then 33-0. So I can't dog on Matt Ryan so much though. Maybe. I don't know. Adam, what are you getting high on today, bro?
Well, I hope you guys saw the end of that New England Patriots.
I think Jay just did.
Yeah.
Say Jay didn't see it till then.
Did they show highlights? Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah.
Jay, I was just saw Jay's eyes. It was like,
So
Yeah.
the Raiders score, tie the game, and they kick the ball off to New England, a touchback, I think.
very conservative team, right?
Very conservative. Bill Belichick, play for the tie. It's tied. I think they were at like the 45-yard line. It would have been like a 55-yard, I think, or something like that. So, of course, it's the last play of the game, and the Raiders are in prevent defense.
Because it's something wacky.
They don't want to give up the big Hail Mary play to lose that way. So the Patriots hand the ball off to Ramondre Stevenson, who's on like a 30-yard scamper.
Who's also much better than I thought as a running back.
True. He decides that he's going to pitch it to Jacoby Myers. They're going to play the hook and ladder game. They're going to lateral it to the end zone and hopefully score and win the game in regulation. Well, Jacoby Myers apparently didn't see Chandler Jones as he threw it back to the most unathletic quarterback in the league, who thought he could make a play. Chandler Jones intercepts the lateral attempt that was, 30 yards across the field.
Right to him.
Right to Chandler Jones, who then turns around and just stiff arms the absolute shit out of Mac Jones and takes it for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers, first of all, Ramondre Stevenson, what are you doing? Why are you just go to overtime? Jacoby Myers, how high were you to throw the ball across the field? You're on the sideline. He's on the sideline. Back to the middle of the field where he thought that
a ginormous human being
that Mac Jones was going to do anything with it. And Chandler Jones is just sitting there waiting right to him, and then just angry run of the week, I'll tell you.
He put Mac Jones in the fucking grave.
If he could,
yes, he did.
Into the first layer of the earth, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to defend Mac Jones a little bit. He's not the most unathletic quarterback in the league. That'd be Matt Ryan. He might be second.
Well, that's only because Matt Ryan is 700 years old.
True. I would go with that.
Although Matt Ryan did have a 40-yard run
But
this
my
year.
God. So, Patriots on that play, just play for overtime. That is what you're taught. Just play for overtime. So they came back and scored, tied the game. Just kneel it out. Or at least try a Hail Mary.
Especially when you got Mac
Jones.
Right. Okay, so even if it's a little short, you're still going to overtime.
You owe me a Pepsi.
Right?
I know.
Even if it's a little short, you're going to overtime or whatever.
Or put Brian Hoyer in the launch one.
Sure.
Right?
Something. Try something.
Try anything but
throwing
it to a ginormous human being, Chandler Jones, in the middle of the field.
Chandler Jones didn't even have to move.
No.
It came right to him.
No.
Jonathan Taylor's out for the year.
Maybe Jacoby Myers should be their new quarterback if he can.
If
Jacoby Myers can throw that good, he's better than Mac Jones.
I mean, Jesus, he threw it right to Jones.
Yeah, that was
and Jones
a
just
rocket
turned,
right to Chandler Jones.
Literally turned around, took one step, put Mac Jones in the earth, and took off.
Put him to the equator.
And he had 3 blockers behind him.
Yeah, and Chandler Jones is still very athletic.
He's incredibly athletic.
You know what's
and that probably felt good to do that against the Patriots.
But you know what's kind of shitty that we're seeing Chandler Jones and I'm a Raiders fan, so I see that he's still good. But we were all excited about Von Miller and we kind of dunked on Chandler Jones and as of now it's the better signing. Right? I mean, it's 1 year, but as of now it's the better signing. Mm-hmm. It's not that Von was bad, but Chandler's been as good and is healthy.
True. Yep. But, and Von Miller he's still a great signing, a great player.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that he's injured, and we'll see how fast he can recover and get back next year.
Well, guys, I know. I mean, we were just talking before it went, but the shitty way the Raiders game ended 2 weeks ago, they're still in the playoff hunt, and who do they have to get ahead? They gotta get ahead of teams. They gotta get ahead of teams like the Dolphins, the Jets, the
Titans, who may lose the division.
Your boys, the Chargers, who don't look that good, right? So I mean, the Raiders still have a chance.
Their playoff chances are still alive too.
Yeah. So the Raiders still have a chance. They're not going to win the division because KC clinched it last week, but. I mean,
but they can get a wild card.
In that team, the Raiders team in the playoffs, come on, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Chandler Jones, Max Crosby. That's a good team. They're putting it together, and now they're getting healthy. Waller's back.
He scored a touchdown.
What's his face is back. The guy that looks like Zach Sabato, he's back. Hunter Renfrow.
Renfrow. Yeah.
So they're getting healthy.
And Matt Collins really kind of came into his own.
Yeah. Yep. So they're not a team to take lightly. They still have playoff chances.
No, I totally agree.
So does that say J.C. Jackson arrested
in Massachusetts?
Oh boy, nice. Good for you, J.C.
Oh, cool. He's overrated anyway.
Yeah, very much. Jay, what do you got? What are you getting so high on?
I'm gonna sound like Adam here, but I'm so high. These fucking officiating refs this past week. What the fuck is going on in this goddamn game?
Yeah.
Are you high on this game? That you're watching it? Is that what you said?
No. He's
just officiating in general.
The officiating.
This past week.
I thought you were talking about the game that we're watching. I'm like, oh my god, I know. It's
that's
terrible.
a different high. I mean, you got.
Oh, the officiating.
We talked about it earlier. The Raiders end zone touchdown that was clearly not a fucking touchdown because you can clearly see a foot in white.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. That was before.
It was before we started recording. And then you have the Commanders fucking offside penalty that your guy Scary Terry asked the official if he was good twice, and he gets the thumb up. And as soon as he gives the thumb up to fucking Scary Terry, he goes for his belt and just has his hand on that yellow flag. And as soon as they hike it, he just goes and whips it out. And fucking
he must have been a Giants fan.
Yeah,
fucking Terry was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I mean, just across the board, it was terrible. I mean, even some shit in the Bills games. I mean, we were in the hurry up at one point, and the refs just came in and stopped the play so that apparently you can sub people now during fucking.
Well, you can sub if we sub.
I don't think we did though.
Not under 2 minutes.
But if we sub, they get to sub.
Not under 2 minutes.
So, oh, really? Is that how it is? I remember a play in the Bills game.
And not only that, but we were ready to hike the ball, and they had too many men on the field, and the refs were just like, "Oh no,
right,
that's not happening."
You are allowed. Yes, you are correct on that, Chaz. When the offense substitutes players, the defense is allowed to. You have to wait for them to accommodate for the sub and get their players on and off. Under 2 minutes, when a team is running no huddle and 2-minute drills, you do not have to. You do not get that privilege. You
Well,
just
that kind
have
of
to go.
seems silly in general. I didn't know that
Yeah.
because it's
I
still.
don't even know
I
if we
believe
subbed
it's. I believe it's
players.
only at the half, like halftime at the end of the game. So it's not the first quarter or second or third
Yeah.
quarter, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's under 2 minutes and a half, under 2 minutes in the game.
I think the officiating is getting worse and worse and worse because
Every week it seems like there's some
Yeah.
stupid shit that goes on.
there's so much reliance on replay and stuff like that. And that's what they always said. And like when replay became a thing, which was like in the 90s, they're like, it's going to ruin the game. And it's like, no, they're just going to make the easy call better. But now it's like that stupid thing of what's a fucking catch? Poyer's catch 2 weeks ago isn't a catch.
Right, but the following week,
Right?
somebody made the same exact
It's
play
just-
and they called it a catch.
Now you just don't know anymore.
So my question is why not just get rid of the refs and just have everything on replay?
Oh my God, that would because everything would be under review.
Right, I agree.
Well, no,
exactly.
I mean, you can't
But
review
I'm
everything.
Saying have
so.
the refs on the field, but replay everything.
Well, I
So
mean,
get
yeah,
everything right.
But to that too, like the replays can't get it right
God,
because
we'll
the
be
fucking
watching football
the,
for 7 hours.
the Raiders touchdown went to a review, and whoever the fucking headquartering review is, like, everyone in the world could see a fucking foot
Right. Yeah, I saw
out of
that.
bounds in the end zone.
Well, see, what happened is that guy doesn't have a big toe.
Oh yeah,
So
is that
like,
what it was?
technically, his foot wasn't out of bounds.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people got confused too, is because the tips of his shoes were black. So like, I think people
Just the tip.
Yeah, so I think people weren't realizing that he was actually out of bounds.
It's wild.
I've seen.
If you're an official and an official at the fucking officials headquarter,
Right.
you should know what color shoes people wear.
I agree.
Like you should know the
I don't know,
difference.
I saw that today, and I was like, I don't think that should have anything to do with anything. He's either in or out.
Yeah.
And from what I could see, it looked like he was out.
He was out.
I mean, he was 100% out.
Yeah.
So
And that's what I mean. Like the refs couldn't get it right on the field, and then it goes to a review,
Right.
and they can't
And
get
they
it
didn't
right.
get it
So
right.
like, what the fuck do you do at that point? Because all
So
around,
at what point does replay even
Yeah.
work or not work, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to see the play, but I was listening to the game at that time, and like that's even what the announcers on the radio were saying.
the Washington Commanders one is just more mind-boggling.
That's just I mean that.
It just doesn't even make any sense.
Mind-boggling, isn't it?
Yeah, like the ref has to know he's going to be on camera, like giving the thumbs up. That I mean, players check all the time.
Right, that's kind of the ref's job is to be like, back
like,
up, brother. Come on.
And he preemptively was going to pull the flag out. So like, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
rough
know.
one.
The only thing that sucks about everything that you say about the refs is that it's just becoming a bigger controversy on if it's actually rigged or not.
I've said it before, and this was a couple of years ago, so it was before it was on the podcast. Like I had a famous quote that went a little viral on Twitter years ago. That was like, watching NFL today, maybe 3-4 years ago. You know, this is less scripted than WWE is less scripted than the NFL.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, with the shit that we're seeing, it's definitely possible that it's fixed.
Like, you know,
Let's see what Mike Tomlin had to say too about like.
no,
I didn't.
I think it was a few weeks ago, but I don't know if he was asked about like fantasy or whatever, and he's like, fuck fantasy. He's like, it's like ruining the game pretty much and shit. He's like, we shouldn't be out here worrying about like your fucking fantasy points or betting, gambling bets, shit like that.
and to
He's
be
like,
fair, he shouldn't.
yeah,
He definitely shouldn't. But fantasy and betting, you take that away, you're going to have about as many viewers as the NHL, which is nothing.
Right.
Right?
I
shut your
agree.
mouth.
I mean,
Bro, how many people watch the NHL? Like, you're in Buffalo, you have a different take on things. But, like, NFL, I'd be surprised if NHL got 2 million viewers on a
half the
game.
viewers at the NFL.
You know what I mean? Where,
well, I mean, no one gets the views.
where
that
a
NFL
random
does.
NFL football game gets like 55 million people.
The thing
You
with
know,
the
like, it's-
NFL is that this is Monday Night Football. People are watching this all over the country.
Yeah.
Right?
Plus, like you
you're
gotta
not
think
getting-
like all the other sports are so long and there's so many games a week
True.
that
Yeah.
people
That,
don't really
you
care.
just pick and choose what games
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
One week you're going to get a game that's, on TNT or
Yeah.
ESPN or something.
Yeah, it's
like,
easier
oh,
to
here you
find
go.
football.
like no one's
Exactly.
gonna watch.
Everybody knows what
Yeah.
night football is on. Thursday And then when it gets later on in the season, it's Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
But it's still like even if you're just following that one team, then you just got one game a week.
Yeah.
Right?
So for 17 weeks,
Exactly.
and with
with
hockey, you got 182
there's
games.
82 games in hockey.
Games, sorry.
And they play every single night.
Yeah.
Baseball's
162. Yeah, 162
in baseball
That's
and
crazy.
82 in basketball as well. So it's just like
that's both crazy to me. Like none of those seasons need to be that long.
I agree.
And now
baseball.
and
Like, none of those players don't want to play in November.
but they'll never change because of the integrity and the history of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the only major sports that finishes a league in a calendar year. Who cares?
So like if baseball cut back,
Then shorten it.
if baseball played 100 games, say
What's wrong?
Although they did bump up the season like 2 weeks earlier now, so that they're not playing so late because they had to expand playoffs. So,
but if baseball played 100 games, the problem with that is like then Barry Bonds' record never gets broken ever again. You know what I mean, and shit like that. Don't be
true.
So that's like you're closing a door, on the past. But like that's kind of what football's doing. They added one game. So now, like, people are like, well, he did that in 17 games. This guy did it in 16 games.
until a couple more years from now, and then it's going to be 18.
Even the guys who break the records are like, well, Cooper Kupp did it last year. He's like, well, it would have been, 17 games instead of 16 is, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Chet, just take it. You did it, okay? You did it within a season, and that's the record.
Yeah.
Within the season.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's 16 games? Who cares if it's 17 games?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, but like baseball needs to calm it down a little bit. And I think so does basketball, and so does hockey.
I agree.
Drop baseball down to 100.
It's saturated.
Drop basketball and hockey to like 60.
End of April to end of August, done.
Yeah. Plus, football's on a Sunday. People don't work on Sunday, where all the other sports are
during the week.
During the week,
dude, there's double headers that baseball plays at 1:00. I'm like,
Right.
I'm out
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I can't watch a baseball game at 1:00 in the
At
afternoon.
least basketball and hockey are usually at night unless it's on a weekend.
True.
Yeah.
But like the biggest viewership for basketball, do you know what it is? They always have a Christmas day games.
They have 3 Christmas Day games.
That's like their biggest day. They get like
of
30,
course.
40
But
million people.
Now that the NFL has been playing on they're not getting the views that the NFL
Well,
does.
Christmas, it depends. Not all NFL doesn't always do it.
No, they don't. But the
Depends.
past few years, it's been on the weekend, and
Yeah.
it's been
I went to a Christmas Eve. I always remember this Christmas Eve, Buffalo versus Denver Broncos. Tim Tebow in Buffalo. I always remember that game. That was cool. We beat them. It was just cool. It was just cool to see. I got to see Tim Tebow in the NFL. Like, what was he? 2 years?
Yeah.
This guy's a 2-time Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. I got to see him in the NFL. That's pretty cool, I think.
Sure.
You guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Your choice, Adam. Go ahead. Your choice. You got these two options
Let's
right
take
here.
victory laps.
Time for a victory lap.
All right, Adam, go ahead. Start off.
I'm going to go ahead and take my victory lap on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Trevor Lawrence, 4-touchdown performance from the kid.
The Blonde Bomber.
The Blonde Bomber. Welcome to the league, kid.
I swear I created that name.
You probably did.
I never heard of anyone calling it.
I love it. I think he's playing great football. And they just beat Dallas, who's a supposed powerhouse in the NFC, maybe exposed a little bit.
Their offense still looks good.
But their offense does look good. They put up points too.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, Jacksonville is just rolling, and
one of the best
they
wide
are
receivers in the
within.
league.
They are now within one game of winning that division.
Could you imagine if they had Aiden Hutchinson?
Ooh, good. We talked about that before.
They got Zay Jones.
But I mean, look, this magical resurgence of Zay Jones.
Resurgence. That means he was something before. He was never something before. He was always like that guy. You know what I mean? He's a guy. He's not playing like a guy.
Let's not
He's
use resurgence
top-
then. How
top
about
talent in fantasy.
Emergence. There we go.
Of Zay Jones. Apparently, he just needed Trevor Lawrence.
Apparently needed a quarterback.
And good for them, man. I hope they do win that division, to be honest with you. I can't stand Tennessee, and I love that they're on. Who lost, by the way, to the Chargers.
There's some shocking names that Zay Jones is ahead of in fantasy.
It's crazy.
You got him?
Yeah.
You got the names?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Well, first of all,
Why, is this your victory lap too?
No, not really.
Okay.
He is top 20.
He's
Who
got
would
it
have thought that?
in fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
that
he's got-
adjusted now for this week?
I don't know if it's adjusted for this week.
So
It might not be.
But yeah,
But that's okay.
Yeah, because this week's not over yet.
Let's
but
see if we can take a guess. It's got to be.
he's got to be over Jamar Chase. because of the injury.
Mike Evans.
Well, yeah,
He's over Mike Evans. So
He
he's
can't be Jamar Chase.
well on this
He missed 3 games.
on the site I'm on right now. He's listed at Zay Jones is 19,
19. Okay.
and then after him is Michael Pittman, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Godwin, Chris Olave, Mike Evans, Juju.
Wait, these are people below.
These are people below.
Wow.
Zay Jones.
Okay.
So yeah, Juju. There's some other like, let's see. Yeah, Mike Williams, Debo. Even though I mean he's hurt, but still like
Yeah,
no one
but
would
Debo
think.
Missed
only
1 game.
just
So,
Yeah.
he's only just gotten hurt. So for Zay Jones to be above him,
Yeah, Mike Williams.
he hasn't really.
He missed a ton of games.
Believe me, I have him on my fantasy. He's been a huge disappointment.
So I don't think anyone in their right mind could have said that Zay Jones is going to be a top 20
No, nobody.
fantasy.
Not a chance.
No.
If anything, they would have said Christian
I never
Kirk.
even would have said he would have been drafted.
And Christian
and I don't
Kirk.
think he ever was.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk was doing very well.
He had a decent game.
No, Christian Kirk like started great in general this year.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, it
He
was
had
like
a very low period.
well, Christian Kirk started good, and then we had like a 4-game span of it being Travis Etienne season.
True.
And now it's fucking. And now it's
Etienne season.
ass Etienne season, and now it's it's the Trevor Lawrence show. The guy is
Absolutely.
showing that he's
my
elite.
god, and he's showing that he's becoming elite, and he's finding open guys. He's leading this team to comebacks.
And I just want to say that
Dallas
like,
was winning that game.
I know
all day.
I know we're giving Zay Jones love, but like Zay Jones is not that
I'm
dude.
giving all the Jaguars.
But here we go.
love.
Zay Jones ain't that dude, and Marvin Jones ain't that dude, and Christian Kirk ain't that dude, and Trevor Lawrence is making these guys
Those dudes.
much better, right?
Yeah.
So like, imagine next year when he's got he's got Calvin Ridley coming.
I was going to say like the Jaguars as a whole aren't really a great team, and
Everybody
here they
forgets
are.
about Calvin Ridley.
I'm sorry, and Evan Ingram's looking like that dude all of a sudden.
He's had a great second half of the season.
So, like, he is elevating people right now, and that's what you want to see out of a stud franchise
100%,
quarterback, right?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And I love to see it. You know, I'm not a Jaguars fan by any means, but
No, I hate their ownership.
I've never hated them, but I also don't like the way that they're run. I agree. But I mean, man,
Doug Peterson, though.
Within 1 game of winning that division, and all they need to do is they probably need to win 2 more games.
And the
have
turnaround from last year to
and
this
Tennessee
year
needs
with
to
new
lose to-
coaches. And
Well, let's see Tennessee's schedule for the remainder of the season.
And Ryan Tannehill got carted out in that game and came back in.
So they have Houston and Dallas. Okay, so they could easily lose to Dallas. Houston put up a fight against
A.J.
Kansas
Dills.
City, so we'll see.
A.J. Dillon, another touchdown.
Let's go. Not Aaron Jones. Love to see that. I mean, I would love to see the Jaguars win.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, I like seeing Trevor Lawrence do good because like you don't get a prospect like that too much. Like the top 3 quarterbacks like prospects in the past 50 years were John Elway, Andrew Luck, and Trevor Lawrence. So it's like that's in 50 years. So
Yeah.
that's like and really that's in like you got 3 of them in a 40-year span.
yeah,
So like those are the top quarterback prospects of all time, and like Elway was a GOAT, Luck was on his way, right, and now Trevor's picking it up.
yeah.
So, like, you know, it's awesome to see. I mean,
It's
he's
just unfortunate that
So-
he plays on the Jaguars because
The Jaguars have the Jets next week, and then Houston the following.
well,
to
Jets
end
are
the
going to
season.
be tough. I mean, their
well,
defense.
I agree.
now with Zach Wilson, probably.
but it's the defense.
But it's their defense that's going to be the problem.
hey,
yeah.
Zach Wilson played good this week.
And the Titans have Houston next week and Dallas to end the season.
So
I could see the Jaguars winning both of these games, and if the Titans lose one, they have the tiebreaker over the Titans because they beat them last week.
well, what
2
was the
weeks ago,
first
whatever
game?
it was.
Because it's division. So, or they're the last. Oh, they're the last game of the season. No, aren't
No,
they?
they already played twice.
Oh, they already
think.
did play. I thought they were the last game of the season. No, I think they're the last game of the season
No, I'm looking
because you're looking at fantasy schedule. That's not the real NFL schedule. You don't get a week 18.
Week 17, that's right. Oh, you're right.
I'm pretty sure they're the last game of the season because they're talking about that being the flex game for Monday Night Football.
Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Yeah, because that could be for the division.
I forgot there's 18 weeks now.
So I'm pretty sure that they're the last game of the season, and that would be a cool game to flex if that's the case. Winner take all, blonde bomber.
Okay, so you're right. So it's
As usual, that's okay.
it's Jets.
Oh God, here we go.
It's at Jets, at Texans, and then home against the Titans.
Yeah.
So with that, if the Jaguars beat, like I said, 2 out of 3, and then the Titans lose, but still beat Tennessee, they have the tiebreaker over Tennessee.
Mind you, you guys both picked the Colts to win the division. So
I did.
Yeah, we did.
yeah, I think I did, or might have picked Tennessee. But either way, I could have been right on.
We were all wrong. So
Yeah, either way. Well, Tennessee's not done. But
they're not great.
I think I might have picked the Colts. We'll see, because we're going to have our accountability show at the end of the season. The accountability. Jay, you can't be sick that week. It's more like the get
I don't even
dunked on
need to be
show.
on the show. I don't need to be on the show for the next few weeks.
No,
I'm not in the playoffs.
That's fine.
I'm in the loser playoffs.
So what's your victory lap then? If his is the blonde bomber, what do you?
It's a big week for the Coleman boys.
Why is that?
The first time all year, I think, that I'm undefeated. 2-0, baby.
2-0, baby.
2-0.
Let's
Doesn't
fucking
matter
go.
if it's the loser bowl or whatever. And my brother won his game too. So
Is he
in
the
one league.
loser bowl too?
No, one he's in the regular playoffs and one he's in the loser.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
So-
Interesting. Go Coleman boys taking your victory lap for your consolidation bracket.
I haven't had many, so I mean, no.
I mean, if you don't,
good. At least you
but then
didn't come in
also
last.
you didn't pay yet, so like you don't got any money coming if you win.
Hey, at least I didn't finish last in either league.
Well, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Last place is determined by the So yeah, you're good. You're out because you won. So you're out for last place. You're out.
so-
You're out. Awesome. Good for you. My victory lap. I'm going with our boy Josh Allen.
What a game from the kid.
I mean, what a game! And it's safe to say
He's got that dog in him.
that was the best
Sure
I've
does.
seen Josh Allen in like 2 months.
yeah.
Like seriously, that's the best I've seen Josh Allen since like
Elbow injury.
fucking Miami game. The last Miami game. You know, where it was 900 degrees and they decided to let him throw the ball 67 times.
And they all died.
Yeah, that Miami game. Yeah.
That was a rough one.
But I mean, just Ken Dorsey's fine. Ken Dorsey's fine.
I gotta say, I'm so happy that this week is over because I can't stand either fan base
Yeah.
for this fucking game.
More
I'm
and more,
telling
I
you.
hate Bills
Oh
fans,
my God.
bro. You guys suck.
You guys are so annoying.
Here's a Bills fans MO out
you know
there.
what? And speaking of Bills fans, the fucking snowball thing, hilarious, yes, but you look like assholes.
You do look like assholes, but
Sort
Miami,
of.
stop crying about it.
Agreed. Yes,
At the same
you look
time-
like
we're
assholes,
gonna get
but
to it.
also Miami, like, not that big of a deal. It was snow. Come on.
Yeah,
it was a light, fluffy snow that was in the stadium. Come on.
We're all going to get to that apparently, but
Jesus
but
Christ.
Bills fans, I'm sick of them. Here's Bills fans MO. Ready? Hi, I'm a Bills fan on Twitter, and I'm going to be super toxic and annoying. Look at me, I donated to this charity. I'm so nice. Fuck you. You guys are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, this show is going to get canceled
I don't
because you
fucking
shit
care.
on Bills fans
Because they're
about half
idiots.
Just gotta be realistic.
Like all the Bills fans that
Just
don't
be-
want
that's-
Cole Beasley on
that's
the
with
team.
everything.
just be a fan.
Like all the Bills fans that don't want Cole Beasley on the team, even though the players love him, the coaches love him. No, he was mean on Twitter. We don't like him. Oh, and you're nice on Twitter?
Right. That's exactly the point.
Like-
that's the point that I was making.
So because Bills fans attack Cole Beasley because they don't like him not getting vaccinated because it doesn't mean anything anymore.
right.
So they're mean to him and he tells them to fuck off. Well, he's a bad person.
Right.
No. He's arguing back just like any of us would,
Yep,
right?
exactly. And that
Just
was
like
the
any
point
of us
that I was
would.
getting at is that it was just on both sides. Like, oh, Miami fans are dogging Bills fans, and Bills fans are dogging Miami fans, and Miami can't get over the fact that they beat us by 2, and it's like. Yeah, and then the Cole Beasley thing came up, and it's like Bills fans are just all over it, and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my God, just get over
Let me give you
it.
an
It's with every fan base, so.
Sure,
Yeah,
but let me give you an insight on Bills
agreed.
fans, where a lot of us Bills fans think we're like the hierarchy and the greatest fans in the world. The most
Sure, we
caring,
get a billboard in
the most
Foxborough every year.
caring because we give people's charities money. Okay, I had Dolphins fans come in the restaurant about 3-4 hours before the game, and we were slow as fuck, right? So like they come in, they're wearing their gear, they're sitting down.
Probably the nicest people.
I'm
you've
server.
ever-
They're nice, whatever. We're chatting about the game. When the guy leaves, he's like, "Dude, thank you so much for the hospitality because people around here suck." So how does that make you feel as a community, Buffalo, where the guys are scared to come in a restaurant and eat when he's traveling to watch a football game, a fucking football game, that this dude is like afraid to go into a local restaurant? Like that's a little.
But Bills fans travel all over the place,
everywhere though.
And when we were in Tennessee, like I felt like a king.
I loved it there.
Like
I go
like
there all
that.
the time.
Yeah, it was not like that. When we went to Cincinnati, we really didn't do much, but I never felt
because
like that.
is Nashville really a diehard football town though?
I'm
Like
not.
if you go,
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
oh, dude, they fucking love their Titans, and they love the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yes, that's true.
Even though they have Vanderbilt,
yeah.
I mean, they're all Vandy fans, sure, but like Tennessee is their football is king down there.
Yeah,
They have the Predators, sure.
it's hockey in the South. What do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But I mean, like a lot of the diehard like football, anywhere sports towns, like you go, you're gonna get treated that way though.
Down south, though, it's just what they do down south. It's
different.
That's Southern hospitality.
well,
Yeah,
that's
they
what he
call
said.
it.
He literally
So
said, "Thank you
it's-
for the hospitality,"
yeah.
because people are
Yeah, it's different in
Yeah.
the South, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you go,
I mean,
same
listen-
thing. If you go to a Giants game or Jets game as opposing, like you're gonna get shit on. Same.
yeah.
I mean, if you
But in a
Yankees-
restaurant, if you go to a Yankees bar, as like sure you'll get in
fuck
arguments
yeah.
with people.
Oh fuck yeah! Come on now.
Toxic sport, people.
Oh,
man.
it really is.
It's toxic
So it
sport.
is what
it
people.
really is.
It's just kind of lame. Toxic sport, people. Did we get to all three of us for the victory lap?
Yeah, we did.
Right, victory lap. Okay, so Jay, we're gonna start with you with.
Instead of swing, Xavier goes down the middle, slam dunk.
Get dunked on, bro.
Unlimited.
That got Jay.
You had to throw that in there, didn't you?
Got Jay.
What are we dunking on, Jay?
First off, we got an honorary dunking.
Oh, honorary.
This is the first week, boys.
Okay.
We don't have to read a shitty Jerry Sullivan article.
Hey,
Unlimited.
unlimited.
Only New York people are going to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, well,
but
he ran his mouth about stupid shit and tried to unbury himself quickly, and he was done.
I've only been doing it for decades.
Like I said it last time, and he was just walking that line and finally
if only
crossed it.
Bruce, we should just let Bruce Smith just beat the shit out of him.
You know, that's the thing with Jerry Sullivan. Jerry Sullivan, for y'all that don't know, Buffalo reporter, used to work for the Buffalo News forever, just horrible at his job. Always has been the most negative Nancy, horrible at his job. He's the guy, like 2 days before that, he said to Josh Allen, your offense doesn't look like winning the Super Bowl. Josh Allen basically said, fuck you, old man. And then after the post game, he decided to like shit on specifically women Bills fans.
Yeah.
So now
they were the worst.
he said they're the worst, which is, I think you can get away with that. He said they're annoying. I think you can get away with that. But then he said they don't know anything about critiquing people and being a journalist, and they're just wannabe cheerleaders.
Yep.
That's different. Because you know what? You women Bills fans are annoying. You know why? Because you're Bills fans. And I just said all Bills fans are annoying. So it's like that goes hand in
us
hand.
included.
Right?
Yes.
Right. So like, yes, women Bills fans can be annoying. But then you
Soaking
took it
men.
a little too far, Jerry.
Yeah.
A little too
Well, I
far,
mean,
bud.
Calling them
He-
cheerleaders was just uncalled for, and
He
just
could have
saying that they don't know anything.
He also could have gotten away with that like 30 years ago when you know
when times were
a
different.
lot of and
and
females
it wasn't
didn't really
20 and it
care about
wasn't
sports, but
2022. Listen, I know females that know more about
Exactly,
sports
yeah.
than I do.
yeah, especially nowadays.
But that doesn't. That
mean,
that
30
makes them even more attractive, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's not me defending what he said. I mean, saying a woman's Bills fan is annoying
Yeah, please
is
take
okay.
me to school.
But
I'll listen.
after that,
Yeah.
man, they call him a cheerleader. I mean, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm
And
glad
he
he
sucks
got.
anyway.
I'm glad he
Yeah.
got fired from all his jobs, and nobody
I mean,
has to hear
he's
from
been
him
pissing
anymore.
off everyone.
So-
I mean, it was like 1992. He pissed off Bruce or whatever.
I just wonder, honestly, if this wouldn't have been a shitstorm if he didn't say that to Josh Allen. Because there was already a shitstorm brewing.
right
because of
he
that.
was already under.
You know?
people were already pissed off at him.
I mean,
for that
y- y-
comment, and Josh just okay.
I mean,
And they
people
moved
already
on.
hate him anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So
And then for him to go on that podcast and say that,
Such a
and then
dumbass.
having it posted, like, shame. First of all, shame
and then
on those
taking,
hosts.
And then
No, why shame on him? Post it. Fuck you. You came
Well,
out
true.
here.
Okay, but there's a little. They didn't really do anything to.
Yeah, but it's not like it's like like us three homies. If like so one of us said something we regret, I edited it out, whatever. I mean, this is a national.
it was
sports
also
conference.
live though. It was a live
was
podcast,
a live
so you can't cut it.
Right.
That's a national columnist who sucks anyway. So like it's
And then I mean he just handled it poorly. I mean he took forever to come out with an apology, and then it was a fake bullshit one.
So bullshit.
And then you change your Twitter bio to claim you're a women's advocate for sports.
Yeah, please.
And he's a liberal left Democrat because that's everyone that's attacking him. Like they don't care, bro.
No.
Like they don't care who you are, and you got stuff. They, meaning the liberal Democrats, they're still attacking you too. Just so are the right side. Like what you said was shitty. Did you think the left side is just going to stick up for you because you're one of them? No, you said something shitty, you idiot.
Yeah.
It's not about left or right at that point. It's just you said something shitty.
But he thought he would,
regardless of where you were.
But he thought he would get like
in a time where more and more women are involved in sports than any other time in history. So
absolutely. So that's your honorary dunk on. So I'm pretty sure we have the same dunk on. So what is it?
Do we?
Is it the Dolphins fans?
Well, it's Dolphins fans specifically though. It's also Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
A fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's I'm right
you
with you.
Literally go to the refs and you go, "Hey guys, so do you think you can call the NFL and ask them if we can do anything about these fucking snowballs? Because like I would really like a penalty or something because I can't handle snowballs. I wish it were colder.
Yeah,
but,
okay, but
the fucking snowballs, guys. I mean, even though it's not affecting the fucking game, like there was not a time
player
where,
safety. They're wearing pads, bro.
Not only that, but like yes, they. I mean, there were some fucking cannons, too, coming from the 300s. I mean, it was impressive. But, like, I mean, I'm sure, like some of the media was getting hit on the Dolphins sidelines, and, like, some players, I'm sure, probably got hit with some stuff. But the actual game itself was never going to be affected. Like, the snowballs were being thrown when, like, no one was in the... Like, it was basically the end zone.
Plays were over. Nothing was happening.
Plays were over.
It wasn't like Tua was going back to drop back for a pass and he got pelted in the face with a snowball.
Exactly.
Then you have a problem.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. And a penalty or whatever you want to do. But plays were over. They were having fun.
Yeah, or it was like
First of all,
pre-snap.
The stadium never cleared off the seats. Okay, so what the fuck did they think was going to happen in the first place?
Exactly.
Thank you for clearing off the field in time, but like you just left the seats covered with snow and let people come in and do it themselves. What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
Did you really think that a fan base such as the Bills
diehards
weren't going to fucking throw snowballs on the field?
Especially after all the weather debate.
Exactly.
And your I want it colder shirt.
Don't get me wrong. You look like fucking assholes by doing it. Okay?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Bills Mafia, I love being a Bills fan and I love being a part of the community and everything that it stands for. But at certain points, it's like, let's think about this.
Yeah.
Let's not throw snowballs on the field and be shitty.
Yeah.
Like, thank God it was only snow. Right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if it was like a beer bottle or something. I mean, obviously they don't allow them in the
well, you know what? That's
in the stadiums. But like, what else could they have thrown? Like, but a fucking snowball, and they were barely snowballs. Like they were smaller than a fist that I can make.
It's Packers are back in
I think it would
scoring
have happened at any like stadium that has snow. And that, so
fuck.
Okay, I'm out of the playoffs, everybody. I'm out of the playoffs. Good night.
So I think like it would have happened regardless of being in Bills Stadium or whatever. But
he needs like 28 points.
Actually, I decided I changed my mind, and I'm not dunking on the Dolphins fans. I'm dunking on the Bills fans because here we go.
There you go.
You stupid Bills fans, and this is you too. When the referee comes up and says, we're gonna charge you a 15-yard penalty if you don't stop throwing snowballs. Why didn't y'all just fucking unleash fury of snowballs from the sky?
Well, I mean, not me because
what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Unleash fury of the snowballs. 80,000 people. Because what are they gonna do? 15 yards. Up. Another 15 yards. You're on the 1 yard line. 15-yard penalty.
So here's the whole thing with that. And it's funny because when they announced that the first time, my immediate reaction was the same as Jordan Poyer's in his press conference. And it was, how are they going to know? Okay, so if all the Bills fans stop throwing snowballs, then you got an asshole fucking Dolphins fan that's like, I'm going to fuck the Bills over and I'm going to throw a snowball on the field.
Truths.
The Bills are still going to get a 15-yard penalty even though it was
a Dolphins fan.
A Dolphins fan or whatever.
It didn't matter.
But
they didn't get a penalty.
They weren't going to penalize shit.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. But the first time they announced it, more people threw snowballs.
Good.
Then they said it a second time, and even more people
Good.
threw snowballs. And then they did it a third time, and people started throwing even more.
Okay, so I take it back because I didn't know that.
Yeah, it didn't really
Good
stop.
job.
Like it
Good job.
eventually faded.
Good job,
But-
Bills
Well, I
fans.
did notice that
Yeah.
they were once that kind of happened, they started throwing them up into the air
Yeah,
as opposed to on the field. What were they going to do then?
yeah. They were still throwing people out for that.
Yeah, the Dolphins
I
were
heard.
stupid. The fans were stupid, like on
You know,
Twitter.
But I
was
mean,
just-
the Dolphins made it worse for themselves because they're all fucking cocky and they're like, "Oh, it needs to be colder," and they fucking get off their bus or plane or whatever, and they're fucking wearing t-shirts and shorts and
yeah, the one Christian Wilson or whatever his name is.
fucking working out on the fucking end zone with a pair of underwear on and nothing else.
That's all that.
I mean, cool.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's a
But
good
if you
way to
want to be
motivate.
cocky,
So
like
it didn't work.
then you're a fucking little pussy about
Yeah.
snowballs.
Dawson Knox went out pregame in an Under Armour tank top with no sleeves on and had
And
a
you-
monster game.
Yeah,
And did you have a boner?
Sure did.
so did I.
He did. Dawson Knox
He had
is
a
back.
huge game.
Yeah,
Dawson Knox is back.
Like
He's the
6
man.
for 90 and a touchdown. I love that.
He was not the man this year until like 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Agreed.
But he's back, and I'm happy
one
to see
sexy
that.
son of a bitch.
He's a good-looking dude. I have dunked on him before, but it's good to see him back.
Yeah.
Is it his
He
fault?
listen, everything that he did in the game, he had 2 big drops. Nobody cares because he had a great game.
Yeah. Well,
Did Davis drop his first reception? His first target?
I don't know. Did
We
Mackenzie
usually-
did.
Mackenzie. Okay, so it's
Mackenzie did.
one of
I
those
don't
two
think,
will
I don't
drop.
think Davis did. I think Davis caught everything.
Okay, one of those two will. Oh, 2 or 3.
Yeah, probably 2 or
Fucking-
3.
I mean, yeah, he didn't have much, but he still caught him.
People were still pissed off about because fuck Bills fans.
I'm the
People that we were sitting around,
Nice to see-
we're still pissed off about Dawson. Like, oh fuck this guy, blah blah blah.
Nice to see Cole Beasley caught a couple passes.
Yeah, get him acclimated.
Get him
and
back
Get
in
him
there.
ready.
I think he'll have a bigger role next week.
He just got us canceled. So
What?
He just got us canceled for saying that.
Oh, sorry. Cole Beasley. My bad. Yeah.
Kobe, that's fine.
Schmoll Schmeasley.
Also, Dolphins fans are annoying. I had to sit next to a Dolphins fan this week, and she was fucking annoying.
Did you literally just say all Dolphins fans are the worst?
No, I didn't. I didn't say all.
Jerry Sullivan, did you just
I
say?
did not say all Dolphins fans.
So, how many Dolphins fans have you ever sat next to?
not many.
One.
I said,
and it was female.
I just said this
Now we're
this
definitely
lady-
getting canceled.
was annoying, but not because she didn't know about it. I mean, she knew about the team. She's a fucking diehard, but she was just her husband was cool. But
She just has bad taste.
yeah.
yeah,
It's all good.
yeah, she was just being the obnoxious, like out of town, like. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
You mean like me and Adam in Nashville?
yeah. I mean, the Dolphins would like run it up the middle for 1 yard, and they would be like
Doing backflips?
yeah,
Right.
fucking celebrating, or like, or they only let the Bills rush for 5 yards instead of 7. They were like, yeah, they're fucking stopping them and shit. It's like, all right, lady, fucking calm down.
All right, hot take. Jay Coleman hates women Dolphins fan. We're coming for you, Jerry Sullivan.
I mean, Adam loves Cole Beasley, so.
So do I.
Yeah. I was
so
both
happy-
are I was
so happy to have him back.
I had so many people.
So basically, by the end of this episode, when this
I was-
episode drops, we'll have no listeners.
I was getting
You're telling me
so
you'd rather
annoyed.
have vaccinated does Isaiah McKenzie on the team being your number
He's
2?
probably not vaccinated.
Well, I'm just saying in general. That's the only reason people don't like Cole Beasley.
No, Mackenzie and fucking
Oh, terrible.
Gabe Davis are the worst 2 and 3 in the fucking league.
I will say Davis is a bad 2. I think McKenzie's useless.
Yeah.
Just useless.
They're the worst 2 and 3.
Oh God, no, not anymore. Because now you know what? Our offense is looking better lately because our number 2 option is Dawson Knox,
True.
and that's awesome. And that's the way it should be.
I was the most annoyed this entire time about the question that I got, and it was, "What do you think about the Cole Beasley signing?" I had to answer that question 20 times, and I think every single time people were like, I think they wanted me to say they shouldn't bring him back.
Are we to
Probably.
assume that the 51 other guys on the rosters are literally all vaccinated at the moment?
No.
Like seriously?
But are you also assuming that all 51 guys said they wanted him back?
Right?
That's what the report said.
Well, it said the report said that Josh Allen specifically asked for him.
No, literally, like Brandon Bean, and it said like we talked to the locker room, and they said they'd all love to have him back. It's not even the vaccination.
But also, like, guys, bottom tier guys aren't really
Well,
going
the
to
thing about
voice their real opinion.
the thing that got Cole Beasley on everybody's shit list was because people were talking shit about him, and he answered them.
yeah.
Well,
And
not
people
only
were
that,
like, "Oh my
but
god,
he
he was so mean to me." And
but
that was your point earlier. Is
he
that
shit on
you're mean on
Buffalo
Twitter.
Bills alum though too, which what really pissed people off.
Yeah, okay, sure. And he has come out and said, "Hey, I didn't handle it the right way.
Yeah.
I just did it because I was frustrated."
I mean, we
Sure.
don't get a free
Dude,
pass to
how
talk
many
shit
ti-
to somebody.
How many times have you said something that you didn't mean because you were frustrated?
Oh, yeah.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then I have to go back and explain I didn't mean it and apologize.
Just
And,
because,
just like everybody else.
Just
does.
because we're fans, we don't get to like talk
Yeah.
shit to other human beings. Like,
right, like
none of those people would go up to Cole Beasley and say that.
you know the story
No.
that I
None of
heard
them.
about
None.
this woman in,
Well, except
in
for
Cole's
they
son's
apparently did do it.
Cole
to his
Beasley's
kid,
son's class.
Yeah.
It didn't invite him to his birthday party because his dad's Cole Beasley and she doesn't like him.
And because he
Like,
was,
are you fucking
know.
kidding me?
All because of a vaccination status that doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
What does it mean?
Guess
now?
what?
But
Hey
it's still a
guys,
hot topic.
you know what really
Doesn't
pisses
matter.
everybody off is that now everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we're happy to have Cole Beasley back." Well, he was very right about everything.
Well, literally, but that's the thing. It's still a hot topic. It doesn't matter. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it doesn't
matter.
matter.
It literally doesn't matter. How many vaccinations you got? 17? How many vaccinations you got? 0? All right.
Cool.
Go out there and do your thing now. It
Guess what?
doesn't matter.
Hey, guess what? You with your 17 vaccinations can still get it.
Yeah.
And you with your non-vaccinations can still get it, and you guys both get sick, and you guys can both still play football, and you don't have to wear masks, and you don't have to do anything.
You're living in a fantasy world, though.
But no, I'm living in like this is how it actually works, and it's just people picking sides on
Right.
political. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly.
Politics doesn't matter in sports. If you don't like Cole Beasley because he doesn't have a vaccination,
Here's my
you're an
take
idiot.
Here's my take on Cole Beasley. I don't care if he was here or not. It is like
I care because we need him.
I agree.
well,
Because he does not get open.
but,
We're sitting
yeah,
here.
but honestly,
Well,
you don't
okay,
care.
I see what you're saying.
You don't really
Jay.
care.
No,
if
I-
they didn't sign him, you wouldn't care. If
No,
yeah.
no,
Now
this
that
is-
they did sign
exactly.
him. It's like okay,
No,
great.
it was the
Yeah,
perfect
I get-
timing
I get what
because
you're saying.
we're sitting here putting our hopes up for a 30-year-old receiver to come back from an ACL injury when it took a 26-year-old cornerback more than a year to recover from this. So our hopes and dreams were depending on Odell Beckham, who's still not even fucking cleared now, and he still is not even a year
And now
from
he
this
doesn't wanna
injury.
play in the
right.
regular season.
So now we had to do something. So we went and got Cole Beasley, who knows the offense, who moves the chains,
and
who
who was
people
okay,
like.
who was okay with the veteran salary.
Right. And so it's like it was
Which is
the
less
right
than $1 million.
It was
Yeah.
the right signing. The
Well, yeah.
absolute right signing.
Agreed.
But
100%.
my point, all three of us here are saying we would have been fine without him.
I was over it. Look back at our episodes. We the past 3 or 4 weeks have been losing it on McKenzie
Yeah.
and Davis. So it's not.
I know, but I'm saying like the three of us, we wouldn't have.
right.
We would have been fine if we didn't sign him. Like if he would have never
Right.
even came up on our report, we would have been like, none of us would have been like, oh, I wish we'd have signed Cole
I was
Beasley.
starting to hope for it because of.
But now that he's here,
But now that
fine,
he's here,
great.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now it's just gonna. Now we don't have to shit on Davis and McKenzie as much anymore. Hopefully.
Hopefully, once we get to the
But
playoffs, he'll
Davis
be
maybe
back.
because he's gonna play every snap again. But
Davis can play every. I still
And
like
he should.
Davis.
So do I.
He's just not
So
what
do
we
I.
thought. He's not what we thought at all.
Right.
And definitely not McKenzie.
He's got a lot to work on
For sure.
for next season.
He's got to learn how to run routes. It's not
He's
like
got to
he'll-
learn how to catch.
Well, can't ask for miracles. I mean,
The route thing
It's not
is-
like he's a
the-
wide
the-
receiver in the NFL.
The
Jay.
running the route thing is huge. Like the way some of these top guys in the league, like, did you see the route that Justin Jefferson ran yesterday
kills
to get the
me.
touchdown?
He kills me.
Oh my god! It was literally just a little stutter. Faked inside, stayed outside, and walked in for a touchdown wide open.
Yeah, he
it was
kills
incredible.
people. And you know who
And
one
that's
of the
what
best.
that's what Diggs
that
does.
best
That's what,
Diggs is one of the best route runners in the NFL, and then you got Gabe Davis who can run straight.
right.
Yeah, not only is Diggs one of the best route runners, but he also has the awareness to come back to the QB if he needs to. Like
Right.
he's not just I'm running my route and that's it. Like
Right.
he's
I agree.
zigzagging, coming back if he needs to.
Yeah, this Beasley talk is going to be so moot because once he gets rolling and getting plays, all the people that are dunking on him will be like, Dawson Knox could have made that catch.
Right.
You know
They're
what
gonna
I mean?
find.
Like, there's-
See, those are the people that
Well,
suck.
like
Like those
we-
are the people that
we-
I want to dunk on. Is that the ones that find things to be pissed off about, and that's in all fan bases, right? But we see it more in our own, obviously, because we're Bills fans. But like I said, like I just did it. Dawson Knox had 2 drops, but it didn't matter because he had a great game.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like I was
But,
gonna
like,
say, winning
there's
cures
always
everything.
those-
So
there's
once we
always
start
those
winning,
people out there, like somebody I don't know if you guys heard this on the radio today. Somebody called into WGR and was bitching and complaining that Stephon Diggs said, "Give me the ball," and thought he was whining like a child. And why is he on our team? And he's got a history of being a crybaby and this and that and blah blah blah. Sal Capaccio, I was listening to Sal Capaccio. It was on the Extra Point show, and he goes, "That's not what happens at all. Stephon Diggs is a competitor.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to do the same thing.
He can help this team, and he wants the ball to show that he can. Yeah. It's not a whiny little baby thing. Because after the game, Tyler Bass made that field goal. He was the first one out on the fucking field, sliding into him, celebrating with him.
I mean, yeah.
Guess what? He only had like 60 yards.
Hey, wide receivers want the ball. Yeah. That's what they do.
Sure. And so do running backs.
Yeah. People tried to say the same thing when Diggs had that moment where, what's his name was
McDermott.
McDermott was talking to him in his ear. People were all like, "Oh, look! Well, I wonder what McDermott had to say about Diggs because like he must have been pissed off."
He told him to calm down.
Yeah,
we're fine. We're gonna get you the ball, and they did. The difference between Minnesota and Buffalo: Minnesota went to a run-heavy attack, and that is why Stephon Diggs said, "Listen, I'm a wide receiver. I want the ball. Let me get out of here," and they did. And then they ended up drafting Justin Jefferson, and now it's like, well, I guess we could have been a passing offense.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we can do both.
We can do both. But at the time, Diggs is also there, 2-3 years before Jefferson was?
No, the same year he's gone.
No, it's gone, yeah, but I'm saying Diggs was drafted first.
Diggs was drafted 15, I think.
In 2015?
And then, so 5.
Okay, so 5 years in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Right before Justin Jefferson gets there. And at that time, Dalvin Cook was your first overall pick in fantasy drafts for 3 years in a row.
And also
because of that they're going to run the ball.
And this trade also happened because Stephon Diggs was like, I need some kind of guarantee if I'm going to sign a new contract that like I'm going to be playing.
That's probably one of the best trades for both teams.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Philly got lucky because the pick before was the Philadelphia Eagles, and they picked wide receiver Jalen Reagor. And then the next pick was Justin Jefferson.
There it is.
And even there's a video out there of, because this was the 2020 draft. So everything was like home computer stuff. There's a video out there of the Vikings draft room where they're sitting there and they're like, "Oh, what the 20th overall pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Reagor." They're like, Justin Jefferson, we got him. Like they were just like done. Like there's a video of them like losing their mind. Like, you know where Jalen Reagor is right now? On the Vikings for a 6th round pick. So they take Jalen Reagor Eagles take Jalen Reagor before Justin Jefferson and trade him to the Vikings 2 years later for a 6th round pick because he's so trash.
Yeah. It's just and like I said, my dunk is just on all those people that literally find things to bitch about. Sorry, that's my.
This is your fault.
Totally my fault that keeps falling.
Wouldn't be a Fantasy Football Bros podcast without Chazz losing his mic.
It's not my fault. My mic is here.
I fucked up.
Adam just beats the table.
I beat the table.
He's so passionate.
I'm so sorry. I'm very passionate about what I talk about. But it's like, stop finding things to bitch about. Stop finding that one minuscule piece of whatever the fuck you're looking at. Because he said he wants the ball. Yeah. So does Devontae Adams. He didn't get the ball this week. He's got 4.8 points. Guess what? He probably wants the fucking ball.
True. Well, it's hard to get him the ball when Josh Jacobs gets it.
Hey, Bills fans should be happy.
True.
We could have real problems like we could have fucking Russell Wilson. So.
Oh boy.
Mr. Unlimited.
Or Mac Jones. So.
Right.
Those would be real issues.
Right. So to me, it's just get over yourselves. Be happy that we're 11-3.
Yeah.
We lead the AFC. We have the tiebreaker over all the teams, all the division leaders, and we're coming up on the Bengals in 2 weeks. Like
my game of the year. I'm so excited
Monday Night
for this.
Football, right?
No, it's a regular game.
Oh, is it?
Chaz can't wait to shit on.
I can't wait for this because you know what? This is going to be a test, right? I mean, the Bengals are the best team in the world, right? So let's go. We're about to face the best quarterback of all time. We're about to face the greatest coach ever. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't want this game.
I can't wait for this game.
I don't
I'm
want
not
this
gonna
game
lie.
to
like,
be
I
close.
just want to skip the Bears game completely and just say fuck it.
I don't want this game to
I'll
be
take
close.
a tie. I don't care.
When we
11-3
get
and 1. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Just both teams get a tie. Let's just
When we get there, when we get to this game, I forgot it's 2 weeks. The Bears is next, right?
yeah, Bears is Saturday.
So when
Christmas Eve.
we get to the Bengals game, I either want to beat them 40-3 or they beat us 40-3. That's it. I don't want anything close. Nope.
yeah, no doubt.
Because this is like the two most hyped quarterbacks in the league, right? Like it really is. I mean, Mahomes, but Mahomes deserves everything he's got. He's won a Super Bowl. He's won MVPs. Josh and Burrow have won nothing, right?
True.
So it's like these are the two most hyped quarterbacks in the league. And
Talk about double standard too for Mahomes and Allen. Everyone was shitting on Allen for his 11 interceptions. No one says a fucking word about Mahomes.
Well,
and his
That's how it
11.
always is.
well, Josh is
know.
working his way back into MVP. And
But
now,
yeah, but still, like,
Well,
everyone was like, oh,
and this game against the Dolphins really kind of
yeah.
moved them
but
up
still,
a lot.
like, everyone was like, oh my god,
I
Allen,
still think it's
11
Jalen Hurts.
interceptions.
Well, Jalen Hurts is hurt.
But he's hurt now. If he doesn't play, that knocks him down. That doesn't make him an MVP candidate anymore.
But it's just
and if
ridiculous.
to be honest with you, they're 13-1.
yeah.
I might not even play Jalen Hurts anymore.
Well, they're gonna. Well, they've already, I think, locked up the division.
They did.
And the Bills got to worry next week about
True.
another amazing performance.
56-yard run.
And I've never seen.
No
I
score,
don't
but-
know if I've ever seen somebody throw the ball quite worse than him. Sometimes.
Dude,
It's impressive.
it's really bad.
This is so
impressive.
bad.
God, can he run the fucking
Yes,
ball
he
or
can.
what,
He
man?
looks like a fucking gazelle out
Literally.
there. He's like as big as Josh. So
Yeah.
he's tearing through people. And he's way faster than Josh could ever imagine.
Josh is
Certainly-
pretty fast.
Yeah,
But
Josh
I
is
think
faster
Fields,
than
I
you
think
think.
Fields is definitely faster.
There is no comparison with speed, but this guy cannot throw the fucking
Josh
football.
can move.
No, you can't.
It's so bad. So like I'm first round next week. I've been on the bye this week. I'm still contemplating either Jared Goff or Fields because against the Bills, you know what I mean? Like it's scary.
It's gonna be rough. It's
And
gonna
Jared
be for
Goff
Fields.
just did pretty decent against the Jets, and the Jets shut people down. Yeah. So like we'll have to see what comes of that. I really have to think about it. But
AJ Dillon going in the tent.
oh great. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm done anyway.
But I'm also surprised at how much Cook was involved in the passing game this
Oh, he's
past
got
week.
reception, touchdown.
Yeah, I like to see. I'm all
Well, that's
for
what
that.
we wanted him for.
Right.
Yeah,
That's exactly
And
what we
Hines.
wanted
we
him
haven't
for.
done it
And
until
Hines, yeah.
no.
You know what? Let's just cut Davis. Let's cut McKenzie and just put those guys at receiver.
And put him in the slot.
That's fine.
You know, and
I'm-
just
I mean,
you
shit.
get
Talk about looking like a gazelle. I mean,
Yeah.
Cook just
Oh, Aaron Rodgers almost threw another interception.
he's.
like he's winning 24-12.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, Cook just looks.
Yeah, I love him.
He's so smooth.
Heating up right in
With
time
the
for the
ball.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Right in time
and
to
this
play.
is exactly the time that you want him to heat up. Is
Yeah.
going into the
I mean,
playoffs.
he was doing it on both sides. Like the run game, he looked great. That catch was
And I want
impressive.
honestly, I want to give Motor Singletary some love too, because that dude just gets 5-6 yards
I have a
Oh,
question.
every fucking time.
He's
I have
just
a question.
He's
I want
just
your
kind of
guys'
boring.
opinion on this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is Josh Allen the best quarterback throwing on the run?
Yes,
Yes.
without a doubt.
No, no.
There's no comparison.
Yeah. Patrick's is pretty good too, but it's Josh.
I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback on the run.
It's Josh. Well, I mean,
Mahomes is good, yes, agreed. And Herbert made a fantastic throw on the run to Mike Williams on 4th down yesterday. Unbelievable.
yes.
Can he do that every time? No. Can Josh do that? Like 10 throws on the run, just like that. Josh hits probably 90%.
I'll tell you what. Josh has won.
Not only that, but it's with pressure too.
Yeah.
Josh has won. Pat's probably 2. You know who might be 3? Somebody we talked about earlier. The blonde bomber.
I mean, he made a good throw on the run yesterday.
That guy gets moving too, and he launches it. So it is what it is. Well, we already have a super long episode here, guys. It's like the old days. Remember, we used to have like 2-hour podcasts.
Yeah.
And we're an hour 15 in already.
That's all right.
So you guys got
That's not that bad.
anything else you want? We did have a week off.
Oh, yeah, so, we had a lot to talk about.
So what are you
missed the
guys
game
doing?
in there.
What are you doing for Christmas, Jay? What's your Christmas plans?
Just having breakfast with the fam, and opening gifts, and having dinner.
Did you get me a gift?
No.
No. Great. Fuck you too. I got you a nice hat
That's for showing up.
and a beer.
That's how you pay us.
Is that me for calling off
That's
last
how-
week?
yeah.
I finally called off
Yeah.
once.
That's true.
And what
You're
about
gonna go
you?
for
What
it.
are your Christmas plans?
Well, Christmas Eve we have the Van Houten Christmas. So
Will
we're
country
gonna
music
be
superstar Eric Van
country
Houten
music superstar Eric Van Houten.
Will you get fantasy football
will
advice
be
for
in
him?
time. Well, I mean it doesn't matter anymore.
But-
But maybe for next year.
You get some advice from him?
From him? No.
him, no.
No, I'll have to give it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if he listens.
I'm not. He might. I think he's staying until Tuesday, so we might have to have him on next week.
I'd love to have him back on. We'll get him on here.
So we'll see.
We'll just put him over there next to Jay. He doesn't need to be on camera.
No,
No.
that's fine.
Or we'll just have him sit on Jay's lap like Pickles.
Yeah,
He's
other
country
than
music
that-
superstar. He can set my
Was
spot.
Pickles on your lap at all?
in the beginning.
Yeah, when I showed up
And then she
for
left.
the first 3 seconds.
She's high.
That bitch. She don't like catnip.
No.
She's not a big catnip fan. And I always have the same old Christmas routine. Christmas Eve is my family party.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I kind of just hang out with the cat.
Yeah. Christmas Day is it's literally just gonna be me, country music superstar, and the parents.
Yeah. I
And
just
that's
kind of
it.
hang out with my cat, maybe go eat dinner with my mom. So
Yeah, that's it.
not a big drinking holiday for me or anything.
No, I think
You guys like eggnog?
Christmas. I
No.
do. I do. I
You
love
like
it.
eggnog?
I love eggnog.
You don't like
actually.
eggnog?
It's very good.
Yeah, I'm not a big eggnog guy. I don't mind it. I make a eggnog French toast. That's pretty good. But I don't really drink the nog, if you will.
No. We're
I'm
gonna
okay
get
with
canceled
it,
for saying that too.
I like the nog.
People are very opinionated on eggnog.
They very.
I do like eggnog. so I
I'm
will
pretty
drink
sure
it, but-
before I came over, I was on Twitter and there was something on my feed that said, "If you don't like eggnog, fuck you."
Well, if we're gonna get canceled for anything, it's not going to be our route about Bills fans or our rant about Browns fans from a couple. By ours, I mean mine.
Yeah,
Right.
But you guys are
Or
part of
your
me.
your hate for the Bengals.
True.
Did you see? Oh, they actually ended up crushing the
Yeah, it
Raiders.
took a little while
But they,
for them to get going.
I was
but they
excited
did.
to dunk on them, and then they came through. But
You every week. You're like, yes, can't wait to.
Is Tom Brady
Son of a bitch.
had such a great career that we just don't dunk on him for the season?
Fuck Tom Brady.
I don't want to start now. We're
Is it even him?
so long right
is
now.
it even him? Like, is he making terrible throws? Sure, he throws some interceptions.
maybe. I don't
But
know.
like, he's getting murdered. It's like his
I
offensive
mean, his offensive line just forgot how to
Garbage.
block.
Yeah, all
It's
hurt.
terrible.
Like, I mean, he's just getting murdered.
Yep,
And like,
I agree.
as long as we hated him, I'm just trying to be fair to him. The guy should have been MVP last year. Like, does he just fall off a fucking bridge like that?
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
mean-
more than that.
maybe, but
He's having a rough year.
not when you've been this impressive this long.
He's also first in his division,
Which
and I'm
is
still not counting him out.
which is outrageous.
I agree.
Still not counting him out.
They're 6-8 and leading the division.
You're telling me
just
Buck?
crazy.
You're telling me Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Minnesota Vikings? You think it's just easily Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs? I don't think so.
no.
Absolutely not.
No.
You're telling me Dallas Cowboys against Tampa Bay Buccaneers? It's easily the Dallas Cowboys.
No, because as much
Listen,
as you
there's
suck off
nothing-
the Dallas Cowboys, they're
Listen,
I don't suck them off. That much.
I know.
Like, they're like best offense and
No, that's defense.
I know that Tom
Said they
Brady
have a top
has not
5
had the
or
greatest
offense.
season, but playoff time
Yeah, it's. I don't
is a
run
different animal that teams are going to have to deal with.
I mean, I'm still gonna put. I mean, I literally put my money on them at the beginning of the season, so I'm still gonna roll with them. But like, they're not my number one seed in my head. Like, if you're gonna
No,
just
number
do-
one? No, absolutely not.
but like in my head, but they're probably 3. I mean, you still got to put the Eagles and maybe the Niners above them. But I put them right there. I mean, I think they're a better team than Minnesota. I do,
Sure.
you know. And then depending on who gets in, I think they're better than Dallas. I think they're better than the Giants. I think they're better than Washington.
Oh,
It's a shit show over there in the NFC.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, imagine if the Bills were that we would be winning the Super Bowl every year.
Maybe.
Well, then we'd get to the Super Bowl against the Bengals, the greatest team ever. So
Okay,
we'd have
settle
to see
down.
what happens. Well, they're the greatest team ever. Don't you watch
No one ever
NFL
said that.
stuff? Don't you watch NFL? Dude, anytime the Bengals show up on NFL anything, it's just like, look how good Joe Burrow is here.
Well, no, it's usually about Mahomes.
No, it's okay. Maybe Mahomes is still the top, but Burrow's like right underneath on like sucking off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Mahomes throws a 3-yard pass and are like, oh my
You're right.
God.
You're right. You're
True.
right. But I think Burrow's just underneath that now.
Yeah.
He's getting there, and Josh too. To be fair, Josh is up there with that kind of stuff too.
Not as much. He's still always down. Like I said before, like everyone was like, oh, he's got 11 interceptions. Like he can't be the MVP now. And fucking
Right.
Mahomes has 11 interceptions and a lower, I think, completion percentage
Right.
than Allen and someone else. He's
guys,
got more yards, but
Guys, we're watching the MVP. Come on.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, that's true.
right. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Undisputed.
Get your shit together, guys. Come on.
Oh, or do you mean Baker
He's got 10 interceptions on the season. He's still the MVP.
Do you mean
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield?
Oh, no. I mean Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, so he's got less than Josh and Mahomes?
Yeah.
Less than Josh and Mahomes and wins. All right, so Jay and Adam, I was giving you guys some homework. So since we took a week off, since I took a mental health day, honestly, and I needed it. We did take it out.
We did.
You guys could have did it yourselves, but you don't have the
equipment.
technology.
yeah. You don't let us take our equipment home.
You're the computer guy.
I'm the guy.
That's okay.
So Jay, what is your Christmas song pick for the week?
It's gonna be Corn Jingle Balls.
Oh God, are we gonna get canceled again?
Probably.
All right, Corn
what we
Jingle
do.
Balls. Adam, what do
Hey,
you?
I have
you
one
said,
that you're
you,
gonna
said you
like,
didn't want a
probably.
a typical Christmas song.
Sure.
So.
And I did the same. I'm picking Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And we're talking about the Dokken version.
Okay, yeah, that's on the Monster Ballads
Yeah.
Christmas.
So I'm going to go with Dokken. Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
So if you guys didn't listen, the latest episode of the All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas featuring Chaz Stanley, the
Co-host is Chaz Stanley.
no feature.
No, the host is Chaz
Yeah,
Stanley.
no, it's like you know how. And let me explain this to some people because they don't get it. So like you know how you like watch a movie and it's like here's the movie. It's like here's the movie Iron Man featuring Robert Downey Jr. Well, that's me. The show is the All Bets Are Off podcast.
You're
with
Robert Downey Jr.?
Vegas. No, yeah, that's right. So the show is the All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas. Just like the movie is Iron Man, but it's featuring Chaz Stanley, just like the movie's featuring Robert Downey Jr.
Just like the Fantasy Football Bros featuring Jay and Adam.
featuring Pickles.
Featuring Jay and Adam. and then Pickles.
Yeah, it's our show.
So that's how that goes. So
it's our show.
So if you guys didn't do the episode's up now, we built our ultimate Christmas playlist, and of course it's full of heavy metal and hair metal and all that
Sure
good
is.
stuff. So it's a
There's
good
a couple Frank Sinatra songs in there.
There's a couple of Sinatra, so it's a little different. It's a fun ride.
It was good. I listened
Robbie's
to it this
gonna
afternoon.
probably join us at some point for our off-season episodes.
I
So
hope so. He keeps saying it, but he's always busy on Monday.
I just have a feeling Jay's gonna retire when the season's over. He's gonna be like, I just need to.
Yeah, he's gonna hibernate for the rest of the winter.
He'll be like, I'll be back in May after the draft.
Yep.
So
This season has taken a lot out of me.
and then you know what? I'm actually going to throw. We're going to have a 3-song. We're going to have a 3-song playlist here. I'm throwing in, also from Monster Ballad X-Men's, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" by Janie Lane, the singer of Warrant. So those are going to be our 3 songs. It's Corn, Jingle Balls, Dokken, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and Janie Lane, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." So all of y'all at home, have yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Enjoy your holiday. Be safe out there, everybody.
And a Happy Hanukkah and whatever else you guys do. So like
yeah, what's the other one? Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
At this time of year.
And if you worship Seinfeld, you have Festivus.
Festivus.
We have all that.
Festivus for the rest of us.
It looks like your boy AJ Dillon's going to the locker room.
Just don't hand it off to Jones.
So Jay,
still up.
Jay, thank you very much for joining us,
no
and
problem.
Merry Christmas, my friend.
Yeah,
Merry
you
Christmas to your family and Tracy and Eric and I remember and Sue
Yep.
and Scott.
Yeah.
I know all your fam, and you too, Adam.
man.
Merry Christmas to your whole
Appreciate
family,
it. I'm
Big
happy to be here
Ron
again.
and country music superstar Eric Van Houten and all
Yeah,
them
I will,
guys. So
Last place
on
country
the
music superstar.
not yet. The season's not over.
We're getting there.
He has a chance to be like 1 in 15 or whatever, and well, not 1 in 15. Oh, Ramsey.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well, let's not talk about
All right,
that.
guys.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you next week on the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. Peace.
Later, guys.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.